Can any of you guess what book that is I'm using in the thumbnail of this video? Props if you can. I'll tell you at the end of the video what it is. Death Note. Gonna address this right off the top. I know this is based on an anime. I've never seen the anime. I didn't know about the anime. So when judging this movie, I'm going to judge it based on the movie, just so you know. All right, let's judge. So Death Note is a direct-to-Netflix movie that's based on an anime, like I said. The premise is this dude in high school comes across this book where if you write someone's name in the book and how you want them to die, this demon voiced by Willem Dafoe will make it happen. So this kid actually does the cool thing. Yeah, I said the cool thing. Most people who get a book like this, they make it really selfish and all about them. This kid's like, no, we can make the world right. We can wipe out criminals. And that's what they do. They don't try to hide it. It's actually a really interesting thing. I would do exactly that. If I had this Death Note book, I'd be like, all right, demon, we can play ball. Let's clean up the world, shall we? I'd get a big moral lecture from everybody, but I'd do it. So there's this big investigation. This one dude named L who's really good at deductions. He's like, I'm gonna figure this shit out. And many tonal shifts throughout the movie. We have ourselves a movie about death and notes. Now, a lot of people on Twitter were like, oh, we need you to review this movie. You need to murder it. It's bullshit. It's an abomination. Like I said, I've never seen the animation, so basing it on the movie, it entertained me. Not to say the movie's not without its flaws. First of all, the main dude, well, yeah, they could have casted better. Just in his delivery, I was like, this is what you got Willem Dafoe and you got this kid? This movie starts out like it's gonna be a Final Destination gore fest. That can entertain me, so we'll see. Then the middle section of the movie concentrates on the investigation. I wish the movie was longer because that middle part, the investigation, is where you can tell they wanted to make this movie more legit than it actually came across as. This movie could have been the next dark cult hit or something. That's what they wanted this movie to be. You can tell halfway through. It was about the time they start putting down the logistics of the rules. At one point, she's like, oh, the internet says if this guy's an asshole, he should die. And the dude's like, well, how do we know? I really like that. It shows intelligence among the characters and the movie. That's just an internet rumor. We can't kill people on internet rumors. I'm telling you, if more people out there had logical people like this dude in their ring, there would have been a lot less videos this past week and content in general about how Batman's not going to be in the DCEU. And then in the last act of the movie, they straight up throw the towel in and it becomes a YA young adult thriller. Yeah, it had to happen, I guess, because you have a boy and a girl in high school. Which is one of my flaws in the movie. The dude shouldn't have been in high school. What's the point of him being in high school? And if he's in high school in the anime, it doesn't matter. Gonna go out on a leap here. I imagine shit in this movie is different from the anime. So if you're out there changing stuff, why not just have him not be in high school? Have him a 20-something-year-old. Maybe he's down on his luck. The point of the movie has nothing to do with high school. The point of the movie is this dude's moral compass is telling him that he should write people's names and kill them because it's for the betterment of mankind. And the investigator named L. He made a couple leaps and he got there really fast. He's like, I've deduced whoever's doing this needs to see the person's face and needs to know their name. How'd you get that? Granted, you're not wrong, but everyone who's died also is not a paraplegic. Maybe you need use of both your legs. But there's more to it than that. I just feel like the dude got lucky and happened to be right. And I feel like that because we weren't along for his process of elimination. And they cut that out because they wanted to concentrate on the young adult shit. And I liked Elle in this movie, I really did. I just felt like there's more of a story there with him. And again, I felt like they were in the situation where they're like, we need to keep this movie short-ish. Fact is, he's probably a little nuts, probably a little broken. You see a bit of unorthodox nature to the dude, but when you find out a little bit about his past, you're like, no, why'd you just breeze over that? In the end, Death Note has an interesting premise, which is what I say about every movie based on an anime. The lead actor fell flat for me. His romantic interest, that whole love dynamic didn't work. However, what they do with the Death Note was cool. I could have used a little more of the relationship between him and the Death Demon. Just show a little, dude, there's a demon whispering in this dude's ear, an actual demon. If they had concentrated more on the investigative aspect, I would have liked that. And the tonal shifts really threw me off, especially when you're gonna end with the young adult shit. It's better than Ghost in the Shell, however, I still gotta say Death Note probably be a better time if I were a little drunk. Yeah, no, it's a party, just a little drunk? Little drunk. Fact is, I'd probably say it's a good time, no alcohol required at matinee price, but there's no matinee price. It's on Netflix, so just watch it. And as promised, the book in the thumbnail of this video is actually my Absolute Sandman Volume 2. Figured that's as good a book as any, yet better than most. Alright guys, so Death Note, have you seen it? What did you think about it? Whatever you thought, comment below, let me know. And as always, if you like what you've seen here and you want to see more, click right here to see more.